Hello.
Yeah. Let me unplug this. Hello, 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 and welcome everybody to the commentary zone. As you enter the room, please don't forget to give us a little thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, notification bell. Most importantly, tell a friend. We really appreciate it. On the docket today, it is the ramp up to the reunion, and we're talking about the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, season 11, episode 18, Del Mar by the Shade. Mm, 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 mm.
What did you think about this episode overall? What were your thoughts? Like did you get anything out of it? Things of that nature.
I think I got the most bang for my buck in the middle of the episode. It was the juiciest part for me. Like the beginning was a waste of time with all of them. Like they do that useless montage with like catching up on the housewives doing ignorance. I'm not really
Hmm.
interested. Um, and then it didn't really start to get anywhere for me until they got to Del Mar.
That's the way I took the episode because I'm like, why do I need to see you packing? I don't care.
But look, I'm going to give them some grace on this because quite honestly, if these episodes, like the chunks that I love, if the entire episode was like this, I would go into like a mental brain like meltdown or something. It would be overload. It'd be too much. So I
Oh,
appreciate how they give me the little boring so that I
okay.
can get my pirates booty ready. I can pull up my page to make my notes and know that I'm not missing anything that's very relevant.
Kind of like you need a break. You need a break.
I just
You
need a
know.
little ramp up to the good stuff. That's
I
all.
mean, for me, I just don't care about you packing. I don't care about who's driving where. I just need y'all to get to the place so we can get started.
I thought it was interesting though, with now that you mentioned the driving, that they're all driving themselves in separate cars. And I was wondering if that was a COVID restriction or is there so much animosity in this group that they cannot get on a coach to have a driver drive them? Because Kathy was noticeably uncomfortable. And that's probably why she forgot her purse.
Yeah, because Erica had her dogs, Garcelle had to work,
Hmm.
so it could be a COVID restriction. Because we
I,
have to remember this is after uh, Dorit, Kyle, and I think Kathy got COVID, right? Because we're
yeah,
in February.
yeah,
We're in February. We're in
yeah.
February.
Yep. They all had COVID already. So yeah, maybe it was an added precautionary measure. I would have also wanted to keep Sutton and Erica separate,
Yes.
especially after how Erica behaved with the threats. If I were Sutton, I'd have been like, I don't want to be in a confined space with her, like a bus, but it is what it is. I loved how Kathy told Kyle, just call the lady at the house and have her bring the bag. And Kyle's like, well, which lady? Who? Because the lady. How many staff in there that you don't know their
Right.
name?
Exactly.
The lady. Damn.
Kathy just cracks me up.
But Kyle says that their mother always took care of her and was more than happy to hand that responsibility over to Rick.
That sounds about right.
My
That sounds about
God.
right.
Kathy, you was real lucky that you married well
Mhm.
or on
She
the
knows
way
it.
to well or whatever. Ugh. Anyway, so they get down. Um, they get down. Oh, and you notice that Crystal said it was brilliant for Erica to have brought the dog so that she could just pop her head in and out and be on her way and not have to socialize.
She so sign me up. That was hilarious. She wasn't wrong though. She wasn't
Mm.
wrong.
I've I have a problem with that being her only contribution to this episode. Do you notice that?
I mean, I don't.
You don't
I
notice anything about her anymore?
I mean, I do, but I just know like, okay, you're just not featured in this episode. That's completely fine. You're playing your part well. I give her credit for that. She's playing her part well. She chimes in when she needs to, and she just sits back and gets a check. I mean, I ain't mad at her, but because the scenes with her family, I look forward to, so I'm not mad. I'm not.
The
If
scenes with
they,
Lucy is what I look forward to. I don't care about her or her family. Okay, so
I care about all of them.
let's say hi to everybody in our little live chat. Hey Susan, hey Montana, hey Kelly. Let's see. Hey Tracy. Oh, thanks for listening, Tracy, but focus on work. You could always catch us on a replay. Hey replay
Yes,
crew.
yes, yes. Welcome everyone. So we have Susan Montana. I'm just going back to say hi. We
Uh-huh.
have Susan Montana, Kelly, and Tracy. Welcome everyone. Hey Vintage, welcome. Just sneaking in.
Hi. Okay. Oops. All right. All right, so we get to Delmar, and Sutton has an injury to her foot. Um, it was she thought she had a sprain before they left Kyle's house, but by the time they get there, I guess with her driving, it's now swollen and black and blue. She calls the doctor. She has to go to the ER for X-rays, so she's kind of out of action. Um, all the ladies check into the room, and then they go to a pop-up picnic, is what
Mhm.
Kathy calls it.
Right.
That one, no pop. Well, no, it's the Fairmont. That could have been a pop-up picnic.
Correct.
Never mind. Never mind. Kathy's one of the two presidential suite at the Fairmont Del Mar is gorgeous with a den.
Right. So you travel with Kathy.
And that ceiling in the grand room was everything for me. I know it's a little old fashioned, but look, old world charm. I'm here for it. It looked quite lovely. Um,
But did you notice Dorette sucking up to Kathy Hilton the whole time though? She really trying.
uh-huh.
She real. I'm like, Mrs. Hilton, Mrs. Hilton. I'm like, you trying real hard to suck up. Stop it.
Hmm.
Stop it.
The call that Kathy had with her before they left, Kathy wasn't even listening to her.
Nope. Mm-mm.
And poor
Not
Dorothy
at all.
is just there rambling on and on and on, and got on a pair of spectacles and cannot see that Kathy cannot be bothered.
It was just too funny because Kathy was just like, okay, and she's I thought we squashed this, but okay, and she just kept it moving. I was crying. I was like, Dorette is really unaware.
Mm-hmm. Well, she's trying for camera time.
Of course.
All right, so they go down to the beach and they see all of the seals, and then they're watching, and then a couple of seals get naughty, and I guess Kathy is over that phase of her marriage because I guess she found it disgusting and walked away. Everyone sits down for lunch, and okay, wait. Regarding the seals, Kyle made a very nice comment. She said that the seals were posing like Dorit on IG. Couldn't agree with her more. All
That
right,
was
let's get
hilarious.
back to this luncheon. All right, they sit down. Hold on. Oh, Kyle gets the call from Sutton, and Sutton gives her the update after getting back from the hospital, and says that she has this really bad sprain of something or the other. It was big words. I wasn't paying attention, but she's hurt. She has to stay off of the foot. She's got crutches. She's not coming to the luncheon. But did you notice that when the phone was ringing, Kyle apologized to Erica? The
Yeah.
fuck for?
Sorry, Erica. Like for what? What's you sorry for?
The catering and panhandling to this woman, my God. But anyway, whatever. Um, she gets the update. Erica does the obligatory eye roll. We get it. But after the call, I think it's Dorit who says to her, "How are you feeling with this?" And it goes into the, "Oh, woe is me, woe is me. She attacked me. She's coming after me. She called me a liar. I will not have that."
I mean, my thing is, I'm sure you've been called worse in your life, though. That's my problem. I'm sorry, it's the truth. Like you're almost 50, so you've been like you've gone to high school, so you've been called worse. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna roll with that. Like someone calls you a liar, big deal.
But Dorit wants to confirm whether Sutton did say that she was a liar or not. And Kyle and Lisa confirm and say, yes, she did. She never once said that Erica was a liar. She said that she lied about certain situations. I know I'm
Right.
nitpicking here, but if we gonna break this down, we gonna break this down.
But then we call someone a liar. If someone calls you a liar, that, to me, that means you lie pretty much about everything. What Sutton was pointing out is the inconsistencies
Uh-huh.
in your stories, and it's funny how they all agree behind the scenes in their confessionals.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because we're gonna get to the part with Kyle and her confessional. I'm like, interesting.
But then Erica's reiterating the story, the first car accident when he went around
Mm-hmm.
the switchback and careened down the hill and all of that. And she throws in allegedly. And you
Right.
saw Kyle's fork stop in front of her mouth when it was said.
Right.
I was like, oh no. So now we do it allegedly.
Right.
Eric is a mess. And then we go even deeper into this story. And I think it was Dorit who was asking, so he didn't want to get the surgery. And so Erica says that the doctors were supposed to have a surgery to put a pin in Tom's ankle. But she didn't want to put him under anesthesia since he suffered a TBI and he's of advanced age. And Dorit want to make sure she get everything correct. She goes, well, what is a TBI? And it's a traumatic brain injury. So now
Mm-hmm.
he's had a traumatic brain injury from this accident, allegedly alleged accident. Let's not forget that. And I'm this story just ever evolves because I don't remember. I know that PK and them was talking about it, so I guess it was said but edited out. But wow. But if he had a traumatic brain injury, like I'm thinking like swelling on the brain or something like that, wouldn't they
That's
have to
what
do surgery to alleviate that?
alleviate the swelling. If it doesn't go down, yes.
But the doctors wouldn't recommend putting a pin in his ankle if they didn't think he was able to take it with a traumatic brain
Correct.
injury. I never thought I was this stupid at math because the math just ain't mathing.
Nope.
Okay, so wait, let's see what the kids are saying in the room. Okay. Let's go back up a little bit. Kathy suffers from selective hearing. It's a thing, maybe. No, I suffer with it sometimes with some people. It's a skill set. Kathy doesn't know Dorit's name. I don't blame her. Poor Dorito. I love Garcelle and Sutton, us too. Um, she still is. Okay. There were reruns yesterday showing Erica as a liar. Stop it, Erica. um, Me too. They're such a cute duo. Yes, if you're referring to the Sutton and Garcelle friendship, I love it. I love it. Their friendship has developed organically from their first season together through this one, and I feel like they're the friends that stay in touch, whether they're filming or not. I love it.
I guess yeah. Oh yeah, they're hilarious and they're honest, which makes it easier to like them.
Montana, I did see a clip of this. Um, First off, Tom looked he didn't look like his robust self. I'll say that. Um and
That was for the cameras though. That was just for that picture.
yeah, if
Just saying.
I'm skeptical about it, I want to see the full clip. I don't think I've seen everything. So, and with the paparazzi asking him, yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
The paparazzi. Okay. The
Yeah.
paparazzi that he hired probably. Just saying.
Well, publicists call paparazzi to meet
Yeah.
meet up at restaurants that their people are at just to get them in the magazines.
Excuse me. Yeah.
Um, what's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. Poor Erica. She needs to stop with the lies. Oh, vintage.
I mean, she's too deep. She's too deep to stop.
Yeah, but there's got to be like, girl.
Where's her legal team? That's my main question. Sorry.
Ooh, well, hopefully
That's the
the
main
legal
question.
team showed up for the reunion and prepped her properly. Okay, so Montana, the ankle is not going to kill him. A brain injury. What, right?
Yeah.
Again, going back to PK. No, no, no. Forget the brain. Sort out the foot. Like, and now we're hearing, I don't want anything to be done. He's old. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know. Oh my God.
This is
I
when
mean,
you're gonna lie, you have to come with a story and stick to that story.
Garcelle and Sutton are so cute and quirky. They seem to respect honesty. Definitely adorable bromance. Yeah, it is. It is. Garcelle's comment while pushing Sutton that it's Black History Month was so organic. With yes, yes, and Sutton, like, I think she gets Garcelle's like inquisitive nature and just asking those questions that some people could deem as inappropriate, but she understands that yeah, they might be mildly inappropriate, but she doesn't mean any harm. She's just
Right.
naturally inquisitive. And likewise, Garcelle accepts Sutton for all of her quirkiness and her awkwardness and not picking up on social cues. And I think she appreciates this woman for her life experiences and the fact that she's a boss for the first time in her life and she's making her way after a divorce on her own. Like, I think they have a little fan club for each other. I love it.
Like we
Um
also have to also have to remember that Garcelle had said when she first met. Remember, she did the same thing to Erica. Same with Sutton. She's a look. If I want to know something about you, I'm not gonna go ask somebody else. I'm gonna come and ask you directly.
mhm,
And they were kind of shocked, but they understood. Like, well, they understood like you don't like somebody talking behind your back and asking questions, so at least you're coming to me directly first.
yeah,
So
yeah.
they get it. You know, it could be a little bit jarring because we're just not used to it in the society for the most part. But when someone does it, it kind of takes you aback, like whoa.
Mhm,
But if you are secure in yourself and you are an adult, you get where she's coming from, and
mhm,
you respect it and let it keep it moving.
yeah. Tom may have dementia, but you cannot underestimate them. Many are smart as a whip. Yep,
Mhm.
yep. There are times of lucidity with dementia. You took the words out of my mouth, Montana. There are periods where you almost think that they are the person that you remember, and then it's gone. So true, so true. Okay, so basically, after diving deeper into that accident, Erica says um, that after the accident, she noticed the difference and spoke up, and nobody listened to her. She said, um, She also mentions that there is a competency hearing that's taking place on that day, but she's not taking a part of it, or she's not involved in it. Um, and she's like, she doesn't care that she threatened Sutton, and she should be threatened. I don't know if Kyle and Dorit made this situation better or worse. I really don't. Erica is just steadfast. The door is closed.
Mm-hmm.
She is done with Sutton.
I mean, that's her choice. So I don't understand why they're so invested in it. To be completely honest, if that's
Why
how
he's
Erica
so
feels. How she
invested
feels.
in it? Kyle and Dorit.
Yeah.
Um, I think for Kyle, I believe she sees the opportunity for more conflict. Um, and then there's that little small part that she's uncomfortable with the conflict and wants a resolution. But I think
Mm,
the feelings are too raw right now. It's like only days after that last bust up, and people keep on asking Erica, which is like picking the scab.
right.
I don't think they're going about it the right way. I think they need to let both of them simmer, let them, ignore each other, and the rest of y'all just have conversation and not bring it up.
I actually agree with that.
Yeah. Like, I wouldn't try to get people to try and reconcile if they're still hot in their emotional feelings. Like, let a few days, let them marinate, let them try to get some sort of regret for what
Hmm.
happened. I don't know. Maybe that's me. Maybe I don't know. Maybe some people like striking while the iron is hot. I do not. I like to give people a chance to think about what happened. Maybe they'll come to a better or different conclusion. I don't know. Hey Shay, you're never late. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Um, her memory was great. Okay, so let's see. So Garcelle finally arrived. She had to work that morning on the reel. So she got down a little later. She mentions that she had, oh, I'm mixing up because I also watched the after show. So she
Mm,
arrives, and there's some extra information in the after. Do you watch the after show, Jamal?
no. Mm-mm.
You've got to
I
watch.
watch I, I watch everything on apps. That's why.
But I think you get it on
No, you
YouTube.
don't.
I watch it on YouTube.
But okay, then I have to watch. I can watch the after show on YouTube. Got it.
Yeah, follow Bravo on YouTube, and you'll see the after show for both Potomac and Beverly Hills.
Gotcha.
They're very interesting because you get added details that a lot of times are edited out.
Now, is it the after show where it's just the two stars sitting there just having a conversation?
Correct.
I used to watch those. And they used to crack me up.
Yes, yes. So it's like an extra confessional, but
Right.
everybody has their own. Well, usually they'll pair up two together, but if it's
That
an
like
odd
each other.
cast, right. But for the Beverly Hills after show, Erica is not participating. So, and I don't think Lisa there? I know Crystal and Dorit are paired up together. Kathy and Kyle are paired up together, and Sutton and Dorit. No, Sutton and Garcelle are paired up together. Erica and Lisa. I don't remember Lisa. Maybe I tune her out. Selective hearing. Sorry. Maybe I tune her out. But Erica is definitely not participating.
I don't blame her.
Mm.
First smart move she's done.
Oh my god. So yeah, so she arrives, gets taken to her room. She makes a little joke about it, kind of like a horror movie, and that hotel does seem kind of lonely. I'm not gonna lie.
Hmm.
I feel like these ladies are the only people there at that hotel.
Yeah. Kathy ran out that whole hotel for playing.
No, because it's February. Weren't the hotels shut down in February?
February
Yeah.
last year, right?
No, this year.
That's it. That's what I thought. This was this year. Were they shut down?
Yeah, because
Oh,
people
so
weren't getting vaccinated and in mass until March
yes,
when the older
that's right.
people were getting vaccinated.
Right. I
So
just I keep.
yeah.
That's right. They were shut down because SoCal
Mhm,
had been shut down yet again. Yeah, you're
mhm.
right.
And it could be why they had to take their own cars because
I
no
really think.
companies were open.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you on that one.
Yeah. Oh wait, I could not believe that Erica brought that dog to that beautiful hotel. I'm now like thinking about that because I think I got the flash of inside her room where the dog was there, and I was like, "Whoa, security deposit alert."
Hmm.
Jesus. And she brought Glam Team. Woo. Okay, never mind. Anywho, so she arrives, she gets there, and she loves her room and knock at the door, and Sutton is wheeled in, and she's kind of in shock to see Sutton in a wheelchair. But Sutton is still good and probably not on a lot of medications because she asked for a vodka.
Right. Hmm.
And so they sit back and they talk about the Erica situation. And Garcelle is like, well, how do you feel about it? Do you feel that you should try to open that door? And Sutton's like, no, I have my foot. I have a lot of other things that I have to worry about. I'm just not going to open that door. And Garcelle agrees with her.
Yeah, there's no point.
Mm-hmm. Um, uh-huh.
Go ahead. I'm just saying there's no point because this person is determined to hold a grudge for no reason. So why force a situation that doesn't need to be forced?
Mm-hmm.
It's just I can either be polite to you or just ignore you and keep it moving.
Mm-hmm. And it's during this conversation that we see the flashback to the private meeting that Sutton called at Dorit's house. And she admits to the ladies then that because of what happened during her divorce and advice that she was given, that she was going to need a stash of cash for when this goes to court if she doesn't have access to their joint assets. So, she was like, okay, I got this advice from me. When Erica first filed, I went to her and I offered to loan her money. So, this is when we see this admission.
Hmm.
So, wow. Okay. So, for Erica to turn on her like this, huh. And then it seems like in the preview for next week, Erica says something about not having any cash.
Right.
Girl.
Right. She said I have $0.
Wow. Wow. Really, girl? So you're one out of all your friends, the only one to offer you cash, like
Right.
substantial cash.
Substantial cash.
And this is what you did to her. You must feel like 10 times a donkey's ass. Whoa.
Exactly. Because Sutton had a plan for her too. That's the funny part. Like y'all just met, but y'all seem to be good friends, and like she's like the
Mhm.
only one who just like, hey girl, if you need like a lump sum, I got you. But
Mhm.
you want to be an asshole to her? Okay.
Okay, so Montana says Sutton owes Erica nothing. Plus, Sutton is the only housewife, not just talking behind her back. It's true. And I hope Erica realizes this after watching the complete season
Right.
because everything that Sutton said in her confessionals, she said to that woman's face. The rest of
Mhm.
these ladies can't say that.
Nope. They say it in their confessionals though.
Mm-hmm.
But didn't she? I saw an article. I think it was an article within a tweet
Mm-hmm.
where she saw back an episode and she was not happy with most of the ladies.
Kyle, Dorit, Yeah, because she unfollowed those two and took a jab at PK.
Right. So you saw that. You know what
Mhm.
I'm talking about.
It was after the dinner where they were
Yes.
laughing. Yeah. I think that was the first time that she saw it. And I think that was the week of the reunion. And she probably got the bulk of the episodes after that, so that they could watch the rest of the season and then come into the reunion extra pissy.
Because
Child.
I was like, so yeah, this is interesting when articles come out real time, but we're watching the season at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Because she was not happy. I was like, oof. But
Those are
the
your
people who've been the
friends.
but the people who've been the most honest on this show, if we're gonna be called thing a thing, have been Garcelle, Sutton, Kathy, and Crystal. They've been the most upfront and honest, in my opinion. Because Garcelle has said what she had to say, and she's tried to be supportive of Erica, but she also has told Erica like, ma'am, like what's this going on over here?
Mm-hmm.
And Sutton just was been more bold with it, and this is what it is.
But has she, okay, here's the thing. She's been the one to ask her questions, but I agree with Garcelle when they get to this final dinner, like the dinner at Kathy's house.
Hmm.
She was put out on a ledge and pushed over. It was gang up on Sutton that night, and it was really unnecessary, especially with Kyle saying, I just need you to be honest. I just need you to be honest. She's been the most honest out of all these heifers on this show. The most
Hmm.
honest. Just because she phrases it differently to different
Right.
people doesn't mean that she's not saying the same thing. She's asking those questions that all of y'all want the answers to, but are too chicken shit to ask it yourself. So she's now the fall guy for y'all. And I don't understand why everybody keep on dumping on Sutton. That's not right.
Now, my thing is, they've all previously voiced their questions. So why are they trying to backpedal now when you voiced them behind her
Mm-hmm.
back? You actually kind of addressed them in, like at another dinner, and
Mm-hmm.
now you want to backpedal again. What's the point? It's already out there.
Yep. You just further antagonizing Erica
Yeah,
and Sutton, because every time Erica like shoots her venom, it's going on Sutton and she's hurt by it. Like nobody wants to take that verbal barrage every time y'all meet up. Like she
and
would
it's
have
not
started my
warranted.
dinner. Mm-mm-mm. And that Chilean sea bass,
Seabass.
the sea bass looked good. Anyway, okay, I digress. Never mind, never mind, never mind. Okay, so hold on. So they decide not to open that door. So they're getting ready for dinner that night. Um, Garcelle wheels Sutton down. I think that's when they had no, that's not when they had the joke about Black History Month. I think that was at the sound bath. Anyway, um, they get ready for the dinner. Kyle and Kathy are late, and Kathy wants shoe polish for her hair or hair polish for her hair. Some shit she said.
Hair
Hair
polish.
polish. I thought she was leaving with those two rollers in her head. I ain't gonna
So did
lie.
I.
Um, Lisa calls first. She calls Kyle and then sends a text. And Kyle doesn't take the call or the text. She says that she's scared to answer. And Kathy's like, "Well, who was calling?" And she goes, "Renna." And Kathy says, "Why? Is she your boss?" Kathy, I love you in moments like this. Straighten your sister
Exactly.
out. Straighten your sister out. Okay, so they get down to the dinner. Um, they get Sutton seated. Garcelle is the perfect little nurse for her. Did you notice that when Sutton said that, was it then that she said, "Okay, you can give me a Birkin"? I think
Yeah.
she slipped that in.
Oh yeah, you gotta put that in. Why not?
They go around the table and just to see how they're feeling. Dorit says that she's relaxed. Garcelle says that she's happy. Erica says that she's fearful because she's got a lot going on. Kathy says that she's anxious because she feels like there's lingering issues going on with the ladies at the table.
And I like that she did that.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of, and I know she's a hostess, but instead of just like trying to smooth things over, she's just putting it on the table. Like, look, basically, we need to address this, and I appreciate that about her.
Yeah, I think she lost control at her last dinner. And I feel like that was production
Driven.
oriented. Yeah. Because I feel like the expression on her face was that she wanted to say something, but production was telling her, no, 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 let this go, let this go. We want to get this on film. And she did not look happy about it. So here, I feel like she wanted to retake the control of it because this was her trip. And
Mhm.
she's the host and she wanted to assert that control. And like you said, get it
Right.
out on the table.
Mhm.
And Sutton steps up and she's like, I admit that I called a meeting at Dorit's house, but she's not going to apologize for it because she had questions. And, you know, it's a tricky situation. There's no right or wrong here except how you handle it. Erica, if you're hurt that they had a meeting behind your back, that's understandable. That's understandable.
Mhm.
But being so vicious is not.
Mm-mm. And the reason why is that they weren't being mean. They were actually concerned. They were
Mm-hmm.
concerned because they wanted to know, okay, so what's going on? What is she going through? Can we be implicated, and how can we help? Like,
Mm-hmm.
what can we do best? I mean, I'm sorry, when someone you know only maybe a year and a half, offers you cash, like that's a friend. Like, where are your friends at?
Mm-hmm.
Where are your
Exactly.
friends at? What other friends do you have that are stepping up and saying like, "Hey, I got you"? Like, we haven't heard about that, and you've never mentioned anyone else trying to help you out. You didn't even mention Sutton helping you out. Sutton had to like bring that to the table. So that's another thing I have an issue. So you're gonna be mad at the one
Mm-hmm.
person who's really tried to make sure you're good, like good, and you mad because they asked some questions and called out your inconsistencies. She's just doing it to your face while everyone's other people are doing behind your back, and have these
Mm-hmm.
other people stepped up and try to help you. I haven't seen it. I haven't heard about that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you need to understand like who's really got you.
But Erica has mentioned several times during this season, you really figure out who your friends are when things are going down. When they're going up, everybody's your friend. But she's mentioned this several times.
Right.
And yet, this was your friend who was trying to help you.
Exactly.
Girl, why does this doctor call me every time at the wrong time? Y'all remind me to call back my mama doctor. God. Um, and then, Erica's just so rude. She's like, why is she still talking to me? Really?
Yeah, she's talking to you because she's trying to smooth this over. She's trying to get you guys back into a better place, but you're just determined to be angry for no
Mm-hmm.
reason, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And so then that simmers down because Erica refuses to engage anymore. And Sutton is like, okay, that door's not opening. I'm just going to sit over
Hmm.
here and eat my dinner and prop my foot up. And so Lisa's like, okay, well, let's go after the second pigeon for tonight. Garcelle,
Right.
it's just so pathetic how obvious these women are at going after Sutton and Garcelle every episode.
Every episode. And my thing is this: the advice Lisa was giving wasn't wrong. It's
Mm-hmm.
just this is not the time for it.
Mm-hmm.
Nor should you be the one giving said advice. Right message, wrong messenger, wrong time.
But It's in reference to the Dorit Garcelle thing that I thought we resolved. But they brought it up last episode at Dorit's wedding fashionista extravaganza, and now they're bringing it up again. And even Kathy was like, I thought this was resolved, and Garcelle was like, I did too, but obviously not.
I'm trying to make a point. Okay, but your point is moot at this point because the point you're trying to make has no relevance to the conversation at hand. You're trying to make this conversation all about you and the fact that you're mad, that you feel like Garcelle is being transparent. I mean, like she's told you to your face several times what she felt. The first couple times, yes, they were maybe passive aggressive, but the last time I think she was pretty well spoken. You talk too much. Next.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Or last week, shut the fuck up, Dorit.
Yeah,
How much more plain do you need to hear that?
right.
And even when Dorit claims that she's trying to help Sutton and plead Sutton's case, girl, we don't have time to hear you pleading
No.
anybody's case. And
Mm-mm.
even Kathy had to shut her down and go, enough of the nitpicking, just stop it. And I was glad that Sutton held her ground with Dorit and was like, no, I don't need any help from you. I don't. What's done is done. But then we go on to Garcelle and they're going after this. And Lisa was smelling blood at the beginning of this. But when Garcelle had to unfortunately bring up that she's the only Black woman in this crew and that she does feel excluded at times, it's not about her trying to be friends. She can try to be friends, but
Mm-hmm.
her feelings is that sometimes she feels excluded. And this is a natural born thing for anyone of color to feel at times, not all the time,
Mm-hmm.
but at times. And this is still a new group of friends to her. The only one that I think she feels really comfortable with is Sutton.
Agreed.
And so when this comes up and she has to let them know, I always have to be trying to prove myself, no matter what, every day. And have y'all ever thought about how that makes me feel? And so when Kyle admits, I've thought it, but I've never vocalized it. And she's like, well, how's that supposed to help me? How am I supposed to know? That's when all the blood and the chum got pulled out of the water. And then Lisa had to reverse tactics. And all of a sudden it was like, oh my God, we're hugging you. Boo, 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 boo.
that was just
We
to see that happen. I was like, for real.
call off Black Twitter. We didn't mean it. Don't say Black anymore. Oh, eat your sea bass.
I was
Look,
done. I was like,
this
what?
this is what I wrote down. This is what I wrote down. And don't tell me a fuck about not knowing Kyle's birthday. I don't know Kyle's birthday. I don't give a shit about Kyle's birthday. Go sit and spin. I got from this scene that these women, they feed off of others' pains and their weaknesses. They're emotional
Mm-hmm.
vampires who feed off of these negative emotions, especially Lisa Rinna. I'm sick of it. I don't want her anymore in this show. She doesn't bring enough glam for me to put up with
Shut
this.
up. She does not bring enough glam.
She doesn't. She doesn't bring enough coin. She doesn't bring enough glam. She doesn't bring enough period for me to put up with this nonsense.
That's fair.
I don't know. I don't know. But all of this took them up to 11:30.
That was hilarious. That was the hilarious part. Honestly. If we're being honest, that was the part. It's 11:30.
11:30. And Kathy was up and perky going, come on, let's go back to the suite and have coffee. Who want to have coffee at 11:30 at night?
I would have to be completely honest. I love coffee anytime.
No, I'm not going to do coffee at 11:30 at night. I think the latest would be 10.
A demi-tasse.
Yeah. Maybe, and the strongest would probably be a cappuccino.
But you could do a decaf though. So
I don't like decaf.
me neither. But if you're gonna do coffee that late, I would do decaf.
No. No, I need like a cappuccino's
You're
good.
you're like no, I need caffeine.
Yeah.
If I'm going
If
to
I'm
do
gonna
it,
have a
this will
coffee, I'm gonna have a coffee. um, wait. Garcelle is Dot. It's only storyline this year. Also, Ebony could take some lessons from Garcelle. It was personal, emotional, and beautifully put. Correct.
yes.
And it was also informative, letting them know what her personal journey is every day. And y'all don't have to do that every day, because she was like, try to put yourself in my shoes. Have you ever? And of course, Kathy Hilton says yes, but hers is different. Hers
Hmm.
is different. But if you know what it feels like, try feeling that every day. That's a heavy burden to carry. And I think also that's why she holds back a lot from going all the way off on these women.
Well, yeah, because you don't want to fit that stereotype that people try to put on you,
Hmm.
and that's just what that is what it is, in
And
my
she
opinion.
and she doesn't want to get a reputation as someone who is an angry black woman, because it could jeopardize,
Her
future
real career.
business. Yeah, yeah. This job ain't worth it. Oh, Rena was rolling her eyes when Garcelle was talking. Girl, I think she was rolling her eyes because she realized that she had to stop. She had
Exactly.
to pull
Exactly.
back.
Her plans got foiled. That's what it
Hmm.
was.
Hmm.
So,
Let
she's
me
like,
tell you, Rena, if you didn't know it before, Garcelle's a better actress than you, boo. She's a better
because
actress than you.
because Lisa was like, I had this all planned. Now then, Garcelle then blew up the spot. I can't. I don't have time to
Hmm.
meet with the girls to figure out what we gonna do. So we gotta roll with this.
Yep.
That's what that was.
Oh, wait. Okay. So in that moment, I really felt like Kathy did understand, or wanted to understand, what Garcelle was going through, or where she was coming from, right? And
Hmm.
on Twitter, I think it was, and I meant to send it to you, but I got distracted. There was a picture of Kim, Kathy in the middle, and Garcelle on the other side. And someone wrote, "Oh my, it was so nice to see Kim, Kathy, and Kyle together again." And it was at Kyle's children's charity.
No, it was. No, they did not do that. They did not do that. Are you serious?
Yes,
That is
yes.
hilarious.
Kim, Kathy, and Kyle together again. And it was Garcelle in the picture.
They wrong for that. They know they wrong for that. Was this on Twitter or was this on
I
IG?
think it was on Twitter. I think it was on Twitter. I'm gonna try to find it afterwards and send it to you. I had to read it twice and look at the picture. I was like, wait, oh yeah, she did think that Garcelle was Kyle. Shady. Love it. Love it.
Oh
Rena is
yeah,
in.
send it to me. Send it to me so which
Mhm.
account it's on so I can follow them. Cause on Twitter, because on Twitter that broke Housewives account be having me rolling.
Oh my God. It's just Twitter is a mess. I think it was Twitter that I was looking at. You just see so much junk. And sometimes they're just pure gems that you come across.
Right.
Um, but yeah, I just, it tickled me when I saw it. Okay, so let's go back here. All right, so the next day, um, we get Garcelle wheeling Sutton down to the sound bath. And I think this is where she mentions, um, why they have to put my suite right next to yours. This is Black History Month. I shouldn't be doing this.
Right.
And again, the nature of their friendship is that they could see the joke in that.
Right.
Hmm. Kathy got the idea for the sound bath from Kim Kardashian's baby shower.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Oh, God, whatever. But you know what? I'm interested. I want to do one.
And Kathy
Like,
was knocked out too. That was the funny part.
well, here's the thing why she can't sleep at night, because she sleeps during the day.
Right.
That was a bit too early for her. So they have that. Lisa doesn't like it. She says that it did nothing for her, but the other ladies were like, it was nice. It was nice and
Mhm.
relaxing. Um, they finish. Most of the ladies leave, and it's just Dorit, Kyle, and Lisa who stay behind. And Lisa tells them that Tom's brother is his conservator and wants to put him in a mental facility. It was on page 6. And so there's a lot going on with Erica. Who cares? There's a lot going on with me too. I'm
That
not
was the
on the
funny.
show, but
It's like
whatever.
it's Erica's just going through so much. Okay.
We feel so bad for her.
Mm.
Dinner. Hey, had sometime you just got the notification, and I was here thinking that it went out really early today,
It did. It went out.
like right after we
It.
started.
Sorry. It did. It did. But what happens is it happened to me. Like if you're in a dead space, what
Mm-hmm.
happens is you don't get the actual notification. It'll be in your alerts, but you won't get the physical notification. It happens to me all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
wait, what do they have to do to not have that happen?
Basically the easiest way to do it is just to go to the since you schedule everything out on like by Monday morning. The easiest way to get the alerts is to go in and click on all the reminders of the shows you're interested in. That way
Oh,
you're not reliant on the alerts because because at least with the reminder it kicks through the note to let you know like, hey, show starts in 30 minutes, just in case you don't get the alert.
okay. All right, gotcha. I'm sorry about that. Okay. Um, hey, Earl, happy Thursday. Happy Thirsty Thursday. Oh, is it bad that I'm already dying for a drink?
No, it's 5 o'clock somewhere in the world.
I know. Kathy lives in her own time zone. It's hilarious. Yes, it is. I want to be in that time zone. Let's see. Maturity not included. Maturity not included. Okay, so Rena is great at manipulating the reality on the housewife. She just pokes and prods and then runs away. What do you think about that?
Yeah, she's very good at like instigating and then running away. She
Mm-hmm.
is. It's her job.
Yep. Garcelle is booked and busy. Um, Kathy thanked Garcelle for sharing. Yeah, as a good hostess should do. Um, okay, so Rena lights fires and walks away. Kathy is hilarious. She should be full time. I don't want her full time. I like her as a
No.
friend.
Yes.
I like her as a friend. We if we saw her full time, I think we then might get to see the real Kathy, and I'm not sure if we're ready for the real Kathy. So let her be the friend that's the pop up ditz. I like it. Kathy may be a vampire. I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. Um, let's see. Too much partying at Studio 54. Well,
I mean, she had to meet the husband somewhere, I guess. Just saying. Just saying.
vampire syndrome. Let's see. Okay. Kathy is old money rich. Well, married into.
Right.
Okay,
But still,
so
it's still hers though.
hmm
She getting half regardless.
she
Just
put in her
saying.
time. She put in her
Yes.
time. All
She
right.
put. She paid. She paid them dues.
How many decades has she been married to him?
What, 3, 4, maybe? It's not been married forever.
Yeah, because Paris is 40.
Right? Yeah. That's
Wow.
that, and that isn't that amazing.
Good for
So she,
her.
yeah,
I wonder how many times she had to turn her head and ignore. Anywho.
probably a lot of stuff.
Okay, so I turned my phone off while at work and currently heading to an office meeting. Okay. Um, yeah, they are a mess with the notifications right now. It is crazy. Hold on. Dang. Um, ain't get no reminder or alert. Dang, Shay. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Uh,
YouTube is just they're hitting this right now. Ever since they made that change.
you could also follow the commentary zone on Twitter, and they give an alert right away as soon as we go live. So that could also help too, just in case as a backup. Anything else?
Yes. I do want to talk about the end when I think it was what Lisa, Erica, and Kyle, where Erica invited them over to her room.
Yeah, let's go into that. Did they invite her? Did she invite them,
Erica,
or did
yeah,
they just show up?
I think she said I wanted you guys to come over, so come on in.
Oh,
So I
okay.
assume I assume she invited them.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not gonna lie, like what she what she was. I felt this was like the most truthful she's been this whole season. I could be wrong, but that's just how I feel. Because everything she said to me was true.
Mm-hmm.
It rang true. Um, how they, her grandmother, she knows how how homes can be, and she said, I'm divorcing this man X, Y, and Z. Basically, she said, I'm divorcing him. I don't want anything bad to happen to him, and I appreciated that.
Mm, okay, I'll
I,
give her
I
that. Yeah, I'll give her that. Did I think it was genuine? I just take everything with a grain of salt from her.
mhm.
Um, I don't. Okay, look, where is his family? Only his brother is stepping up to be his conservator, and
Mhm.
if they are thinking that this is necessary for him to go into a facility, it is because he is beyond just having a caretaker. He's having too many incidents or accidents where he's getting hurt. He
Mhm.
needs 24-hour care. And in a facility, they will have a special memory care unit that has special precaution to safeguard those patients that are in there. So it would prevent them from walking away or wandering away, prevent them from harming themselves. There's a higher caretaker ratio in the memory care units than in the normal section of a senior home. And it's based on the advancement of their disease. And if they have judged him to need that, you can't be mad for them to give him the care that he needs. I don't
Oh
know.
no. Yeah, I think I was going by what she said, and it made sense.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay, you're making sense here. I'm not mad at you for that. But where was this earlier? Where was this tone of voice earlier in the season? Where was this concern for the victims? Like from the beginning, basically. That's what I want to know.
Mm-hmm. Um, and yes, I do agree with you, Montana. People in nursing homes need to have their families as advocates. And I in no way, meant, oh, just dump them off there and leave them. But I know I'm going to have to make that decision soon. There's only so much I can do on my own. I'm not qualified. And I do see where you're coming from. Where was this tone of voice when she was even discussing his accident? When she once or twice referenced the victims that were swindled. The tone of voice was everything. But do
Yeah.
I believe that tone of voice now? It's just too late. We're 18 episodes deep. Maybe she got a different acting coach on episode 17. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just yeah. It was a good scene. To me, everything she said rang true. Um, she was speaking from experience, and I get that.
Mhm.
But this is the tone you should have taken to the whole season. That's all.
Yep.
It shouldn't have taken this long, to get here
Mhm.
when you could have been saying things like this the whole way through. But I can't give 100% blame because who knows what I would do if I were in her situation.
Mhm.
And I think once everything comes out, because it has to come out at this point, we'll be able to better understand like what she knew, what she didn't know, blah 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 blah.
Okay, so we go through all of that emotional scene, and then the last thing she says, "Want to know who your friends are? Get old and go broke." To me, that nullified everything she said before. Because it always boils down to money for her.
Well, yeah,
And remember when she was crying on the rock to Kyle with the leaky mascara? She ended off that scene with a similar phrase. And again, everything for her ends up being about money.
she's used to living a certain lifestyle. Of course, it's gonna be about money. I'm not saying it's right, but I'm not gonna sit here and play surprise either.
Right, but inside voice, outside voice, especially if you're trying to sway the public opinion to your side. I
But
gave an ounce when she was talking about the caretaking thing because I could relate to that. But then this last sentence again, and I noticed a pattern with her, it always boils back to this, which makes me think, is it about the care of this person, or is it about the money? Or are you just upset that the brother has control of whatever is left and not you? Like it just makes me question motivation with her.
oh, of course you have to,
Mm-hmm.
because at this point she's in self probation mode. So she's always gonna put herself first, and I'm not gonna sit here and play pretend like I wouldn't do the same.
Mm-hmm.
But at certain times you have to kind of say like, you know what, I'm feeling lonely right now. I feel like I'm going through this by myself. His family's not there. They've distanced themselves. I don't have a big family, so I'm feeling lonely, and this is where I am. But instead of doing that, she just tries to deflect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I just okay. We'll wait till next week. This was a good episode, but I want to see the full context because editing is shady with regards
Mhm.
to her complaining about not having any money.
Mhm.
Um, let Lisa lend you some.
Right.
Okay, well, after all, and according to Erica, she and Tom are the only victims. Yeah, maturity. Yes, she should have seen how much she could sell her stuff for to help the victims. True. Because
Yeah.
that auction that she was trying to have before it got stopped, was that for her or for the victims?
That was for her, in my opinion, because right when the she divorced and the lawsuits came out, she started selling stuff.
If she was smart, she should do what the Gabor sisters did back in the day. Whenever someone gave them jewelry, they would get faux pieces made as a replica and then break up with the person and throw it away or toss it into the ocean very dramatically and then claim the insurance on it while they still had the real piece in a safety deposit box.
That's too funny.
Oh, and fun fact, um, was it Zsa Zsa Gabor who married one of Kathy's step family? I think she married a Hilton and had a daughter. I think she married the same person that Elizabeth Taylor married when she was 18. That Hilton, and had a daughter. So fun fact, everybody's related in Hollyweird.
Hmm.
Okay, so yeah, and that's where the episode ends. Yeah, this was a good episode. This was a
Yeah,
good episode.
it's a very good episode.
I'm not gonna lie. This like this took up the entire hour. I'm so glad that we're just dedicating the full show on these last episodes. Now, is next week the finale?
I don't think so because they didn't say it was the finale.
Oh,
But
okay.
I would think so because next week is the 30th, and then the reunion airs on the 6th. If I have the dates right, so I would assume this is the finale.
Wait. The So it is the finale next week?
They didn't say it was, but I would think it would be.
Oh my god, the finale got an air date of the 6th? I didn't
No,
know that.
the
Sorry,
reunion
yeah,
starts
the
on the 6th.
reunion. Sorry.
I could be wrong. No, I could have swore the reunion starts on the 6th. It
Right.
airs. Hold on. When does the RHOBH reunion air? Come on now.
Oh my god. What
Yeah,
are we
October
gonna
6th.
do? What are
Yep.
we gonna do without it now?
We'll find something.
We'll probably be in withdrawals. There's nothing else on TV to rival this right now.
Mm, we have Project Runway coming back, and I'm excited for that. I'm sorry, I am. I know you may not be,
I
but yeah,
didn't even know who was on the show anymore. I thought it was like Tim Gunn and Heidi, and y'all were
yeah,
like, huh?
they left like 2 seasons ago. They're like on Amazon Prime or something.
Oh God. Okay.
But the new hosts, they're not too bad. Some of their takes, I would like throw my phone. Like, what are you looking at? But new people, okay. But as long as Nina's still there, I'm okay. She's the last holdover.
She's the only one left?
There's some new people, but yeah, of the original, she's the only one left.
And Michael Kors isn't there anymore. He was so funny for me.
Michael Kors hasn't been there in seasons.
Oh. Well, I haven't watched since the little short guy with the glasses and the
Christian season?
Yeah. I haven't watched since his season.
Oh, good lord, you're like what? Almost 10 seasons behind.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, this is like season 15 or 16. Christian won what, season 5?
Oh,
Yeah, it's been that long.
I missed a lot. Well, shit, I thought that they was on another network.
Yeah, they were. They were.
Like, wait, wasn't
They
it
were.
Lifetime?
Remember, they started on Bravo. They went to Lifetime, and now we're back to Bravo.
I'm so lost, but okay. Just tell me
you're
what
not wrong
day to
there.
watch it.
They start October 14th.
Oh my God. All right, guys. So this was the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, season 11, episode 18, Del Mar by the Shade. Leave us your comments below. Give us a thumbs up. Subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Follow us on Twitter so you can get that notification. Guys, this is going to be good. We're just dedicating our Thursday shows to this Beverly Hills mess. What do you think? Do y'all think that the reunion will be everything or a
I'm not
letdown?
giving any. I'm not giving any hype. I refuse because we know
They're
how these things work out.
they're saying too much about how she answered all the questions, and it's
Exactly.
Andy, and I don't believe it.
Exactly.
Like,
No.
you could ask, so did he steal the money? And she could say, I'm wearing a pretty pink dress and it was from my
Right.
prom in 1987. She could
Exactly.
answer, but that doesn't mean that it's the right answer or the answer we
Correct.
want. Oh, why do I feel they're gonna let me down? Much like their dresses.
That's why I'm giving them no hype. Zero. Mm-mm.
But
You're not
we'll
gonna
be
get
there
me
to
this
watch.
time.
We'll be there to
Oh
watch
yeah.
for sure.
And we know it's gonna be 3 parts.
Mm-mm. Only 3? I think this season warrants 4.
I'm not trying to watch a month of reunions. I'm sorry. Just not.
Anywho. All right, guys. Join us tomorrow where we'll be talking about Whitney and My Big Fat Fabulous Life. We'll be on at 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 noon Pacific. Join us for the fun and for the birthday celebration that Whitney's episode was focused on. My God. All right. So, Jamal, any final comments?
No, we're good to go.
All right. So until next time,
Of course.
bye.
Bye.